Once again, welcome to our Cooled Care Maths class, and today we are going to learn about factorization. And if you have any question or any comment, just feel free to type it in the comment section. So, I will start with the core concept. Factorization is the reverse process of expansion. It involves breaking down a complex expression into a product of simpler factors. We can represent these two in form of a reverse process as shown. So, just to show the difference, expansion is when we multiply all the terms in brackets to make an expression longer, while in contrast, factorization is taking this longer expression and express it in form of its simple factors, using brackets. Now, let us discuss the four basic methods of factorization. The first deals with common factors. You have to identify the highest common factor in all terms. The second one is a grouping method. This is used when there are four terms. So, you pair them up first to find hidden factors. The third one is a method of difference of two squares. This method is used for expressions in the form of a squared minus b squared. The fourth one is a method for quadratics, which are trinomial expression in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c. Now, let me explain each method. Method 1, common factors. Always the first check. Look for numbers and variables that exist in every term, highest common factors. Then multiply them together, and then factor them out of the main expression. For example, given this expression to factorize, we can start by looking at similar terms for us to find the highest common factors. So, we can see that the highest common factor of 6 and 15 is 3. Then the highest common factor of x squared and x is x. Then the highest common factor of y and y squared is y. So, if we multiply these highest common factors, we get our highest common factor as 3xy. Hence, we can factor out this and get 2x plus 5y. Method 2, grouping. This method is used for terms without a highest common factor. Hence, you simply group together similar terms and then proceed to factorize. Given this expression, ax plus bx plus ay plus by, we can see that we can make a group of x terms and another group of y terms. After making the groups, we can now factor out x and get a plus b in brackets. Also, for y we get the same result. So we can also factor out a plus b which are in brackets, and we will get a bracket with x plus y. Alternatively, we can also rearrange our expression and make groups of a and b instead of x and y. So if we do that, we will factor out a and b and get x plus y in brackets. Hence, we can proceed to factor out x plus y in brackets and get another bracket with a plus b. Method 3, the difference of two squares. This method is very simple and is used in expressions which are in the form of a squared minus b squared. So, to factorize this, you simply make two brackets. One bracket with a plus b and the other bracket with a minus b. Let me give you two examples for better understanding. In example 1, we are given x squared minus 9. So, we need to write 9 as 3 squared so that our expression can be in the required form of a squared minus b squared. So, our expression will be x squared minus 3 squared. If we apply the formula, we simply get x plus 3 and x minus 3. For example 2, we are given 4x squared minus 25y squared. So, again, we need to put our expression in the required form first. And we can see that 4x squared can be written as 2x in brackets squared. Also, 25y squared can also be expressed as 5y in brackets squared. Hence, we can now easily factorize by using two brackets, one with 2x plus 5y and the other with 2x minus 5y. Method 4, quadratics. This method is used for trinomial expressions which are in the form of a x squared plus bx plus c. So, in this method, I will show you two approaches that you can use to factorize. The first approach is the longer one and most commonly used and the second approach is a shorter one and less common but very effective. Let me know which approach do you prefer in the comment section. So, starting with the first approach, the first step is to multiply the first and the last terms of the expression, which are ax squared and c. After that, you look for two numbers such that if you multiply them, they give you the product from step 1, which is acx squared. Also, if you add these two numbers, they should give you the middle term of our given expression, which is bx. Take note that if there is a negative sign on bx, you should also get a negative sign after adding the two numbers. So, after getting these two numbers from the second step, rewrite your given expression, but then replace or substitute the middle term bx with the two number that you got from the second step. Then for the final step, you can use the method of groups to factorize your expression. Now let us do an example and follow these 4 steps in this first approach. We are given x squared plus 7x plus 12. Our first step is to multiply the first and the last terms. So here if we multiply x squared and 12, and we get 12x squared. For the second step, we now need to think of two numbers, which gives a product of 12x squared and a sum of 7x. This process is a trial and error, and it becomes easier through practice. So, for our case, our numbers will be 3x and 4x. Just to verify, if we multiply 3x and 4x, we get 12x squared. Also, if we add 3x and 4x, we get 7x. Hence, we can safely proceed to the third step. Here we are now replacing or substituting 7x with 3x and 4x. So, our expression will become x squared plus 3x plus 4x plus 12. From here, we can now use the grouping method to factorize. We can start by factoring out x and get x plus 3 in brackets. Then we factor out 4 and get x plus 3 in brackets again. Hence, we can now factor out x plus 3 in brackets and get another bracket with x plus 4. Let's do another quick example. Using the first approach again, we are given this expression x squared minus 5x plus 6. If we multiply the first and the last terms, we get 6x squared. And the two possible numbers to give us the product of 6x squared are minus 2x and minus 3x. Also, if we add the same numbers, we get minus 5x. So, we can now replace the minus 5x with minus 2x and minus 3x. In this expression, we can factor out x first and get x minus 2 in brackets, and then factor out minus 3 and get x minus 2 again. Hence, we can finally factor out x minus 2 and get another bracket with x minus 3. Now, let me teach you the alternative approach that you can use to factorize quadratic expressions. Given the quadratic expression, ax squared plus bx plus c, we start by looking at the first term only and find two numbers, which can be multiplied to give us the first term. Let's say ax and x. Then we do the same on the last term. We need two numbers, which we can multiply to get the last term. When you have these two sets of numbers, just do cross multiplication following these arrows. Then you add the products, and the sum should be equal to the middle term bx. If the sum is equal to bx, then you take your numbers as they appear in each row and add brackets. So, for the first row, we get ax plus number 1, and from the second row, we get x plus number 2. Hence, we can simply take these two brackets as our final answer. Let us do an example together and apply this approach. Given the following expression, 2x squared plus 7x plus 6, we can see that the two numbers which can give us 2x squared are 2x and x. Also, the two numbers which can give us 6 are 3 and 2. If we do cross multiplication, we get 2x times 2 and x times 3, which is 4x plus 3x, which is equal to 7x. So, from the first row, we can now get 2x plus 3, and from the second row, x plus 2. Hence, our answer is 2x plus 3 in brackets and x plus 2 in brackets. Let us do another quick example together and apply this approach again so that you can familiarize with it. Given the following expression, 3x squared minus 10x plus 8, we can see that the two numbers which can give us 3x squared are 3x and x. Also, the two numbers which can give us 8 are minus 4 and minus 2. If we do cross multiplication, we get 3x times minus 2 and x times minus 4, which is minus 6x plus minus 4x, which is equal to minus 10x. So, from the first row we can now get 3x minus 4, and from the second row, x minus 2. Hence, our answer is 3x minus 4 in brackets and x minus 2 in brackets. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was very useful to you. And once again, if you have any comment or question, just feel free to type it in the comment section. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I wish you all the best.